Perhaps fittingly, it's impossible to find enough to chronicle the full life he lived. Albert died on January 18, 2023, at his home in Flaxville, surrounded by his family. He was 96 years old. He was born on August 23, 1926, to Amity and Corinne French on the family farm west of Flaxville. Bert was the youngest of 13 children and grew up learning carpentry, farming, and ranching. He moved to Los Angeles with his mom and sister for the last 2 years of high school. Bert enlisted in the U.S. Army following his 18th birthday in 1944 and was stationed in the Philippines at the end of World War II, where he was an expert marksman that specialized in anti-aircraft artillery. He also helped with the post-war transition for another year. He received marksmanship certification and military medals for his service. He married the love of his life, Cleo Marlene Cromwell French, on October 17, 1953. They spent 69 years together, raising 4 children and creating countless memories through dancing, musical and sporting events. Bert built countless wooden furniture and remodels for his little woman. Bert loved root beer, playing cards, and falling asleep in his chair with the TV on. He was known for his expertise in making popcorn and hard chocolate candy. He had his own lexicon. I throw it away. Who stole my gee whiz? Where's the gizmo? And he was always adventurous, whether it was trying to fly off the chicken coop with homemade wings as a kid, or zooming down the tallest slide of the water park at age 85. Bert was a world traveler, putting pins in places like the Philippines, Italy, the Turks and Caicos Islands, and countless other spots in North America. Above all, he was genuine, kind, and caring, the definitive community member and family man. He was a farmer, a carpenter, bartender, Flaxville High School bus driver, basketball referee, and Little League coach. He led woodworking for the Busy Bees 4-H Club and was a founding member of the 750 Club. Bert was also a Flaxville Town Council alderman and commander in the American Legion. He even held the bowling record at DC Lanes for more than 30 years, a near-perfect game. Bert adored his grandkids, who he lovingly called the pests. He handcrafted a unique wooden rocking horse for each one, and he almost never missed one of their games, concerts, or life milestones. He crisscrossed the country for them well into old age, including one last trip to Seattle in September 2022 for his granddaughter Courtney's wedding. He is preceded in death by his granddaughter Chella, son-in-law Jesus, his parents, siblings Lydia and Emery, Alice and Sam, Donna, Omer and Charlotte, Alfred, Dalvina, Alvida and Gertrude, Wilfred and Louise, Alden and Jean, Lloyd and Connie, Fabiola and Claire, Sylvia and Todd, in-laws Nita and Bill Cromwell, Jean and Joan Robinson, Morris and Vera Cromwell, and Harriet Cromwell Tolliver. He is survived by his wife Cleo, children Tracy, Rochelle, Philip, and Mark, and kids Lauren and Paula. Grandchildren Charles, Jessica, and Ryan, Aaron and Michelle, Gretchen and Callan, Isaiah and Skylar, Dominic, Ryan and Krista, and Courtney and Michael. Great-grandchildren Kira, Aiden, Liam, Ava, Ruth, Sylvia, Jax, and Jace. In-laws Bill and Darlene Cromwell, and numerous nieces and nephews. He is also survived by his close neighbors that he considered family, the Merwins and the Liddicks. Now, let's hear from the pests themselves. Would all 9 of you like to come and join me at the microphone? And we'll hear from pest number 1, Jessica.
The voice I heard each day. The many things you did for
so. Okay, test number 1.
Official best one now. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, just because this is tough. I workshopped a bunch of stories, but the thing I'm going to miss the most is I'd be sitting with Grandpa at the kitchen table, and he'd fire off at Grandma, like, damn it, woman. And before she had a chance to fire back at him, he gave me this boyish little smile. It just made me melt, and as soon as she fired back, he would just... Gotta love it, no, forget it.
So along with all of the other grandkids that he spent a lot of time with, I spent a lot of time with him in his woodshop when I was in elementary. And there was one particular story that sticks out. There was a time I was spending there. He let me always do what I wanted. You know, it was great. Letting me kind of build whatever I wanted. He would cut out the wood for me, or if I asked him, or just let me do it myself if I thought I was safe. There was one story where I was busy building a bunk bed for stuffed animals in early elementary. And long story short, I was so proud of it, I had to bring it to show and tell, and I think it was first grade. And the bunk bed was so massive that I couldn't carry it to school, so I had to get a ride to school and carry this big bunk bed. That was my proudest achievement in Grandma's woodworking shop.
The things that I will remember most about Grandpa is his love and how proud he was. And the first time you would see him after a while, you would immediately where he stood, that he loved you and he missed you. Even though he didn't say much about it. So, my proudest story of him is my wife and I got married in 2011, and we had a destination wedding, and Grandpa was there. And the one day on the resort we were staying at, they had a water park. So my dad and I, Phil, go up the top of the stairs, and we're going to go down the water slide, and we come down, and we're just kind of hanging out. And somebody's like, "Where's Grandpa?" I don't know. So he's like, "I think I see him walking up the stairs." And we're like, "What is he doing? You know, it's a long ways up there." And so he gets down, and they're like, "I think he's going down the water slide." And now, mind you, he's 85 years old. And Dad grabs him, he's like, "Hurry up, we better go grab him because he can't swim." Okay? So we make our way over there, and he comes flying out, and we can't find him in the water. And so finally, I grab him and lift him up, and he comes up and goes, "Thank you." We're like, "What were you doing? Why'd you go down the water slide?" He's like, "Well, I was just following you guys, and it was I was already up there, so I might as well go down the slide." And we're like, "Well, so, what did you think? Was it fun?" He's like, "Well, yeah, it went pretty fast, and it's, one of the tubes where it's totally enclosed, so you go really fast." And he's like, "I got going too fast, and so I sat up, and that didn't slow me down enough." So then I put my hands out to try and slow me down, and my palms started to burn. So I decided, well, screw it, just lay back down and just finish the rest of the slide. He's got big steps to fill, so now I have to live to be 85, and then go down the water slide. So thank you very much.
And on behalf of past number 4, Chella, Michelle will be reading.
Hello, my name is Michelle. I'm Aaron's wife. Chella's was Bert's granddaughter. I'm going to read one of his favorite poems that she wrote before she passed. And I encourage you all to close your eyes and take your place to a peaceful thought that you had previously as I read this poem. I walk alone in the brush. I enjoy my solitude. But what really draws me into it is the thoughts of you. Thank you for carrying me to this world of tranquility. When I hear you, my imagination is startled. When I see you, my heart giggles. reach out for you. I want to reach out and touch you for me. Can I make you feel secure? Will you let me make you happy? I plead for the chance to open your eyes and change your life. We can grow together even if we're apart.
It's a tough one to follow. So, sorry, I don't have this memorized. I actually wrote this just 2 days after Grandpa passed, so I'm going to recite it again. Gosh, I'm going to miss this guy. Almost every damn day for the first 18 years of my life, I got to see my grandpa. Most people don't have the luck of living right across the street from their grandparents' house, but I did. It was my second home. Some days it would be a quick, "Hi Grandpa, bye Grandpa," as I zoomed by on my bike. But most days, I would run over barefoot, and as soon as my feet hit the deck, I could hear Grandpa yell from the kitchen, "Here comes the pest!" I'd plop down next to him and join in on a game of solitaire, or maybe we'd go to the shop and tinker around for a bit. If it was later in the day, we would eat too many Oreos and make popcorn the old-fashioned way and watch a movie. He almost always fell asleep in his chair, and when he woke, I was often recruited to help find the gizmo or his glasses, which were almost always on top of his head. Walking home from school in the wintertime always included a stop at the wood shop to warm up and to help with his beautiful creations. And maybe if it was snowing, I could convince him to make his special candy. And I never did learn his recipe, and I regret it to this day. As I grew into a teenager, I didn't have as much free time to bother Grandpa, but he was always there with Grandma at my basketball games, track meets, concerts, and recitals. He never said much. He was a quiet man, but he didn't need to say much. We all knew the love and devotion this man held in his heart for his family. Thank you, Grandpa Bert, for everything. I love you always and forever.
Hi, I'm Mother Cass. I kind of wrote this to Grandpa. Grandpa, it brings my heart joy knowing that you are above watching over us all, and knowing especially that nothing makes you happier than being in a room where you have your grown babies and their grown babies and their grown babies' babies here all in one room. So I hope that you're taking this moment to soak it in and having this all be together for you. I heard once that the definition of family is a group of people that bring you back to your values. They are the ones that you depend on for support, to laugh with, and to share challenges and rewards of life, and supposedly help you make good decisions. Now, despite your best intentions, Grandma and Grandpa, and while we're notorious for laughter and we're notorious for celebrating one another, I don't think that there's anything you could have done to prevent us from getting into the shenanigans and the questionable decisions that we've gotten into over the last couple of years. But the definition does go on to say that family is having someone that you love unconditionally in spite of all their shortcomings. And that I think ties a perfect bow around this crazy group that we call family. Grandpa, you and Grandma taught us how to love each other, how to be there for one another, and most importantly, how to stay close to each other over the years and through the distance that we've all had. In addition to these lessons of the heart, Grandpa, you also taught us there's a couple of sayings that I also remember. A few of them have been said, but they're some of my favorites as well. So, yelling out, "Hey, past," and anytime referring to any of us grandchildren except for you, and then saying, "Jesus Christ!" Anytime he was dealt a hand of cards that he didn't like in a game, saying, like Gretchen said, "Where's the baseball?" referring to, yeah. Oh, I love him shooting out of the chair and saying, "Hey, I was watching that," when he was clearly snoring. CNN in the background. Lane's lazy boy. What was the other one? Oh, another one of my favorites is "Yes, dear." Anything that Grandma says. And for me as a kid, I was kind of maybe one of the more annoying ones. The funny sounds Grandpa would make when I would squeeze him too tight, or when I went up and, as a little kid and poke him in the belly, he'd always have some weird goofy sound. It just always brought my. So yeah, you were a man of few words, but when you spoke them, you led the whole French family into roaming laughter or creating a core memory. And with the few words that you taught us, you did teach us many things. Nothing's more important than family, and to love your wife with your whole heart. You guys are literally relationship goals, and you guys have taught us so much about loving each other and sticking by each other's side. And that Grandma is also, in addition to loving your wife, Grandma is always right, to always do what she says, and to take joy in the small things, to work hard in life, and to not take it too seriously. In this family, we can be ourselves, and we are deeply loved for it. And Grandpa, I am so grateful for you and creating this family, and everything you've done for us.
Hello, my name is Isaiah. I'm the second to last pest, Grandpa Bert's. I was pretty fortunate to live across the street from him for quite a few years in my childhood, and I always loved going over to Grandpa and Grandma's and having waffles for breakfast. And one of the things about Grandpa that sticks with me the most, which is, it's kind of funny, but it's when he would play solitaire while I'd be having breakfast or something, and he'd just be on the counter playing solitaire, and not a word, obviously he's playing by himself, but then he'd be flipping cards, and shit! and I do that all the time now. Not just in card playing, but just, whenever I see something. And, that's Bert, he would just do things like that. But one of the nicest guys I've ever met to this day. I miss him a lot.
And so I'm Dominic. I'm the last of the pests. So like Isaiah, just growing up across the street from them, went over there a lot. They would babysit me sometimes when mom and dad were at work. So I spent a lot of time over there, just Bert and Cleo. I remember often we would be sitting in his recliner by the TV watching CNN or whatever, and someone said something he didn't like very much. You could just hear him anywhere in the house. You'd just hear him say, "Oh, bullshit." And then as we got older, my family and I moved over to central Montana. It was about a 6-hour drive away from Flaxville, but even when I got into high school, him and Grandma always made it to every single basketball tournament and music festivals and things. And by the time I was in high school, he was already in his 90s, so they still went and missed the trip. And I don't have a lot of words to describe that. It's just him and Grandma are just amazing people. And just thank you guys for everything.
Now we'd like to open it up to anyone else that has a story to share.